All right, hey guys, WhatAboutAmeobi here. Welcome to Playthrough with the Designer, episode number 9. We're doing a special live stream on YouTube. First one I've done since I started streaming using OBS. See how this goes. Some things to get out of the way first. I may, at 2 o'clock Eastern, I'm expecting a phone call that I need to take. So if we're still going at that point, I'll just have to step away for a second. It should only take a couple minutes. Shouldn't be a long thing. If you are watching this on the recording, then I will have a timestamp in there to tell you how to, just so you can skip it, basically. I think Forrest just stepped away for a second.
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, no, he's there. Okay, cool. So, I think we have the match set up now. So I've got black, pin 3, right?
Yeah, black 3 and then...
Medium, southeast.
Or southwest.
Southwest? Oh, okay.
Sure, why not? Or southeast, whatever you want.
I thought I remembered southeast. Maybe not. Alright. Give her. And if you get another network error, you're just going to be watching. Pac-Man, how's it going, buddy?
Good, we got a countdown this time.
There we go. All right, so while we're waiting, how about you let people know where the name of this course came from and basically what the course is?
Yeah, so this was originally Revival Club, which, if you've made it this far over to YouTube, you've probably watched an Ameobi stream or 3 along the way. And God bless you for taking my rookie course and continuing to refer to it. Oh, we need to turn off turn order.
Oh, yeah.
And always referring to it as the criminally underrated. And so Q came and asked designers to, he's looking for more courses for Plat, so he asked him to come through and touch up some old courses that hadn't been on Plat before. This is the one he asked me to do, so...
I can't turn off turnover order.
Oh. Well, I guess we're stuck then.
Maybe it'll let me in a minute. All right, sorry, keep going.
Yeah. Yep. So Q asked to... asked for help with getting some courses for Plat. So this is, he asked me if I'd mind touching up Revival. I said, sure. Dug out the old PS4 and fought the good fight, crawling along to get it updated. And that is what we have. So it's at its core, it's a harder version of, or what should end up being a harder version of Revival Club with a bunch of new greens. It rebuilt 2 holes. Moved around a lot of the tees because it's got 4 sets of manipulated tees. They were all 67, 6,800 yards, I believe, on the original, and now they're all 7,000 to 72 something.
Oh, nice. Snipe that. Yeah, I mean, the first hole right away is way different than what the original was. Because I've played the original one a good handful of times, partly judging in the rookie contest, but I think I was in a society somewhere.
Correct. Yeah, the original hole didn't have this bunker short left of the green.
Yeah.
That sticks out. That's where the green was. The green was there.
Okay.
So I brought the green, banked it into the right, added that little, hidden cavernous bunker there, and also moved the tees around because one of my tee sets on this was actually quite short, and if you played it downwind, it ended up being like a driver 6-iron or 7-iron even.
Oh, it's me. I thought it would be you there.
It's a little less where it was the original version was very much a by design friendly handshake opener. It's not quite so friendly anymore.
No, it's not.
Like, you're probably not going to have a putt for eagle on it.
No, I'm not sure how you're sticking that green with probably driver.
Yeah, as I just tried to do because it's fun to do bad things.
Absolutely, that's what I did.
Work.
You know the rules here.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Well, we're right on top of each other there.
Yeah. For those watching, if this is your first time over here on YouTube, please hit like and subscribe. Helps the channel, pushes it out to more people so they can see this kind of, not just my video, but they can see the work that the designers are doing, which I think is important to highlight. Yeah, and I tried doing turn order again, and it's just saying no.
Yeah, I think whenever we're like this, it won't let us.
Yeah, it sucks. No, this means people get to watch for longer.
Yep. Now you're stuck.
Yep. So yeah, when we so where the criminally underrated stuff came from for me was this was the first contest I ever did. This is my first real participation in the community at all, was the 2021 Rookie Contest. And I played, this was part of my rotation for the second round, I think it was.
Yeah.
And I just thought this was, with being open the way it was, I just thought there was a really, really cool course. I thought it was really well done. And it didn't get out of the second round, and I just was like, what are we doing here? So that's where that came from, the fact that a couple of the judges in my group decided that this wasn't worth going on to the final, where I had it in the final 5 easily.
And ultimately my downfall was not building waterfalls.
Yeah, no island greens either.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was disappointed by that. I thought this was an easy final course, and then it would have been interesting how it would have fared if it got to that point.
I mean, we can guarantee that it would have beat Manatee's course.
Yeah.
That's was really all I was after, was to beat him. And I thought you were gonna fly that in.
Yeah, so did I actually.
I don't think I've ever flown one directly into the hole in this game.
No, me neither.
Will it let? I was like, will it let you? I wonder
I
if
don't
it
know.
kicks it out, or it breaks. Probably just freezes the game
Yeah,
if it doesn't get the bounce.
but yeah, there was Ryland Heath, that links Dunstan Head.
Yeah, Lisi's course.
Yeah. Chiang Mai by Heisenberg. Waikili something, and then Avalon by Manatee. In my opinion, if this had made it to the final, it would have definitely beaten that Wiley Key whatever course for sure. It probably edges out Manatee's course, and then the other three, that would have been tough.
Yeah, that's about where I would have put it. And this hole is largely unchanged, other than
this looks familiar.
I was like, this green complex didn't really get much change. Something I've done throughout quite a few of these holes was, doing some of the, Australian like bunkering where they'll cut into the greens or the fringe just to pinch things a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then I changed the bunkering in the short right of the green so that it actually looks confident now. Because before, a problem I had just as a rookie designer, especially in not knowing what I didn't know in the tools,
Right.
was how to get, because you can't get a ball to roll through heavy rough.
Right.
And so it was like it could be an 80-degree slope, and the ball would stick in the heavy rough on the side of a hill.
Yeah.
So while that does create difficulty, because good luck hitting that ball anywhere, it's also just not a good experience for playing the course.
Yeah, for sure.
Get in. There we go.
There.
Man, we're looking like competent golfers today.
I was just about to say, I thought you platified this.
I did too. Don't worry. I'll get my pound of flesh in the second round.
Ah.
See, there we go. I had to jinx it.
Well, that's just me not being able to putt. That's typical. But yeah, if Q sees this, he might be having second thoughts about sticking this on plat. Us lowly elite players ripping it apart right now.
Yeah. The wind's really laying down.
Yeah, I put it at medium.
Maybe we'll have to compensate and go very high next round.
We want a 3-hour stream, do we?
Yeah, you'll be fine. We'll make sure we keep turn order off.
Oh,
next time.
You did the fringe trick here too.
Yes. Yeah, so I incorporated that in a decent number of the holes have had it. I guess it's been on all 4 of them so far. I brought that in just really, a lot of areas where I had heavy rough or something around bunkers, around greens. I, brought in a fringe trick to get things to run off down into bunkers better.
Stay up.
The flip side, of course, is it makes, if it doesn't release off the green too far, then you can, then the plat players get they get a lie grid for their chipping.
Yeah.
But, had to pick the playability. Oh,
You left that short. Yeah, so it makes the math a lot easier for them.
Math. Boo.
That's what I'm having my degree in, and I refuse to use it in this game. It's golf.
Yeah, I run it through my head. If whatever comes out in about 3 seconds is what I decide to do.
Yeah, pretty much.
So here, the hole is largely the same. I did rebuild this green. It's the same concept. Just I was this whole land back here was just crappy. How I had built it before, so I wanted the land to be less crappy.
It's
Um,
fair.
yeah, seemed like a reasonable thing to do.
Yeah.
To and it was like, oh darn it! In trying to resculpt it, it was easier just to scrap it all, flatten it out, and start over
Is
instead
this?
of trying to
Oh, this is
revert
one
it.
where I think I went way over here on the old version.
Yeah, yeah.
Went
So yeah,
way
if you
right.
got and especially when you get the pin on the right side of the green, which we'll have the next round, you'll
Yeah.
definitely want to go to the right.
I'm gonna try it now as well.
Yeah.
So when you created Revival, like what was your inspiration for that originally? Like, oh, and I just did the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely increase the sloping over there for people that go off to the right, down the other fairway. It's a much tighter window to hold it. The inspiration was a combination of King Collins stuff. So King Collins, the architects behind Sweetens Cove, and at the time, so this was when did I start this? September of 2020. They were just starting work on a course in Nebraska called Landman that's opening up now. And there had been some early drafts for a course out in Lubbock, Texas, um, that I just seen some early routing drawings on, and Lubbock's a town near and dear to my heart, and it's a course that is actually getting built now. It's so a project I've kept a close eye on the whole time, and so I kind of started with the routing for that course, which is it's now being called Red Feather, um,
Okay.
and so I kind of started with that idea of like Lubbock's a deathly flat part of the world. The everything's on like a 0.01% slope. Like
Okay.
so like I mean in West Texas where I grew up, like once you get about 100 miles west of Dallas, you'll be at 1,000 feet elevation. By the time you get up to, the border to let's say New Mexico, Colorado, Oklahoma area, you'll be up at 4,000 feet elevation. You'll just never notice you climbed
Okay.
because it just feels deathly flat. But you'll notice it in your gas mileage when you get 12 miles per gallon better coming down than,
Yeah.
than going up. Um,
This is a part four. Holy smokes.
yes, yeah. So this is one. And this is always a long par four. I definitely stretched out two of the tees back to 530 something. But it's a pretty docile green that you can run. You can land short and run onto,
Okay.
and it doesn't have any hard runoffs. And those bunkers are set 20-ish yards short of the green.
And so just
So
for, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say so like that was kind of my idea initially, and then there's a course down in South Texas called Wolf Point that um, the, a guy had built essentially for one person. It was a
Oh,
guy retired and wanted to build a course on his land, and he hired an unknown architect to come in and build it. It was the guy's first course, and it's architect, you know, design nerds of the world regarded as one of the best courses in the U.S. that's been played by like less than 300 people, and then so it's just one of these little mythical places of like you just have to know the guy. Like he doesn't just let people come check it out. It's like
right. Yeah.
yeah, if you know him and you can get access to him. Like he's like yeah, sure, come on out and play.
There's actually a
Um,
course like that down the road for me called Red Tail. Some people might have
oh
heard of it.
gosh,
Anyways.
yeah, and so that was kind of a smattering. I think my little story I said was this course is a piece of property, and I just went on Google Earth and found the land next door to Wolf Point and carved it out and just kind of recreated it on my PlayStation and used that to then work off of. So, which is also a relatively flat place down by the Gulf of Mexico.
Okay.
And so that just
Cool.
kind of led me as I went. And there's different little nods to other things that King Collins have done throughout this course, things I kind of plucked from different stuff they've done, and then just putting whatever my spin is on things. I don't know how you describe whatever my spin is.
Nah, I don't either.
Yeah.
For those,
oh, go ahead.
I was just say for those watching, we're gonna play this twice. We're gonna play this round here, and then we're gonna play a different tee set to a different pin with different conditions, just to show how much different the course will play with manipulated tees and winds and green speeds and stuff.
Yeah, and if we were younger and smarter, and maybe our brains worked a little faster, we would have thought before, like 20 minutes before the stream, to like set up a split screen and let you watch both. But that idea came to us way too late in the game.
Yeah. Oh, this screen's flat.
Yeah, so this used to be a big double green that was actually it was a very poorly done one, but it was a Biarritz on this half, and then the other half of it was a double plateau. But like you wouldn't notice the Biarritz because it was just more kind of a little swale in the middle.
Oh, that's
but a very
gone.
soft swale with the pin. And so I broke them up and then just created an FU green. Because that was the problem I had. It was like, well, you always just kind of get to this green, and it was a relatively easy green. I was like, not anymore.
Yeah, for plat, you need to spice it up a bit, eh?
Yeah, let's not just give them an automatic 4 with a good look at a 3 every time.
Yeah. Anybody who's in chat too, if you have questions for Forrest or myself, feel free to ask. And going forward, I don't know if I'll keep streaming. Like, this is meant to be a YouTube specific series. I may stream them on YouTube when I do them. I don't know. Oops. A little flop from the fringe.
It's weird how it says there's 6 people watching it. Every time I go to participants, it says you're the only one.
Yeah, I whatever.
Give up. I was just curious who's here. Wanted to say hi.
Yeah.
But oh well, on to the next.
We don't shame the lurkers.
No.
Particularly when I, never stream on YouTube, so.
It's funny, like anytime I watch, there's occasionally a live stream I'll catch on YouTube of something, and like I never want to participate in the chat there. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's something about the flow of it, like it's just not what you're used to.
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely areas where Twitch has an advantage, and that's one of them.
So this hole is largely unchanged, other than a new green site.
All right.
It's the same location. I just rebuilt it and reshaped it from the ground up, and because it was a too spare of a green, I think.
And you said you had to go back, like, because you've started designing on PC since you created this, right? So you had to go back to the PlayStation to do this?
Correct, which is... I mean, every little click you make on anything is about a 5 to 15 second wait.
That must have been like, when you originally were doing it on PlayStation, you wouldn't have known how bad it was, but it must have been painful going back to it.
Oh, it was. I mean, it was very much when I was doing something with work, and it's like, okay, I'll click there now. I'll click here now. I took a lot of the planting out to speed it up a little bit, and then never even put the planting back in. Like, I just left a lot of it out. I was like, we're not going to bother putting it back in. The course just needs to play how it plays.
It's okay, no goal. We don't shame lurkers. I just wanted people to know that if they have questions, they're absolutely free to ask them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could. I hope Q paid you well to do this, because having to go back to PlayStation, good lord.
Yeah. Oh, it was fine. This course, for what I don't know, has always been near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
Is one that it wasn't the most like technically proficient course ever built, no, but it's still the most enjoyable one of something I've ever built for me to play.
How many had you when you created this originally?
This is my second.
Second? Wow. Yeah. Oops.
Heck, I haven't ever actually. I don't know. I built a decent. What I've got, I don't know, 5 or 6-ish real courses.
Yeah, you don't have as many as you would think, do you?
Yeah. Well, no. If I go to get something to the finish line, I become a perfectionist on something when I care about it.
Yeah.
And so I'll nitpick every little like with Playa Polar, I spent 6 weeks planting, and I'm not, and part of that's because I suck at planting.
Right.
But it was like once I figured out the look, I like go around every little spot, and then just keep toying with it until it's like, oh, I like the way this looks now. Oh, I like the way this looks. And then one day you'll see something. It's like, no, rip it out, do it again. Um,
Oh yeah, stay there.
like if you go back and look on Revival, now granted, I remember we got towards the end of the contest and I got worried that I would lose the course file. And there's no
Oh
way to back, it up on PlayStation really.
yeah.
And so I just kept publishing the beta file. And I noticed them the other day. There's like 14 betas that I published. So I went and opened the first one. And if anybody has a high tolerance for pain, you can look them up under MHM, because the original name I was going to use was Mudhen Municipal.
Mm.
Um, so there's like 14 different MHM files out there.
Oh wow.
The other day I went and played version 1 just to see like where it started to where I got to.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
kind of a fun little walk.
Down memory lane, right? This is
Yeah.
actually called criminally underrated country club dimple balls. It's mctrees02's playtifyed version of Revival.
Which, as the name is an ode to our lovely host today, who has always referred to Revival Club as being criminally underrated.
It's true.
And so when I wanted a name that wasn't just Revival Club on plat, or with a T or anything next to it, that's what I came up with. But the cool kids know it as the Cut Club.
The Cut Club.
The CUCC?
Yeah.
Yeah. When I asked you how I could incorporate criminally underrated when,
Yeah.
you know,
That's one criminally underrated country club.
And I was like, oh, it's the Cut Club.
There you go.
So now I have the Yuck Club and the Cut Club.
That's right. You do have the Yuck Club.
Still my finest work.
No, I know, Dimple. But it's actually the name of the course.
It's like there's not actually a reveal after that. That is just the name.
Yep. That just needs one bounce and then settle. Oh.
There you go. Well done. Nothing else. This will be a reminder to Q not to play this on medium winds.
Or 153 greens.
Yeah.
It's a little easy for plat right now.
That was a rough miss.
Yeah, the lip outs happened a lot more lately. I'm not sure why, but I've been seeing it too. Just a massive lip out, like putts that would go in every single day of the week earlier just kind of rim out. Weird.
Yeah. Leave it to HB to toggle with things.
HB!
Oh, darn it. You can see what I missed a tee box spot here. I'll show you this. So one of the other things I did on this course, I removed all the trees.
Okay.
On the internal, I mean, there weren't a ton of trees, but some of these sandy areas had trees. Like this one had trees to kind of split you down the left fairway versus the right.
Yeah.
And so 2 of these 4 tee boxes are now back here, back behind the 10th green, where before they used to be on the other side of this bunker. And so there's still 2 tees up there, but
oh, I'm going left.
This is probably the biggest dick kick hole in the course.
Yeah. This one will get the forums fired up on plat.
Hopefully.
Excellent.
Just because they'll complain about it being a par 4 and that it's really hard to hold the green in 2. I'll say, well, if you weren't as good at the game, I would have made an easier green. The original version of this course had a much bigger, more receptive green.
So you're basically saying it's not me, it's you.
Yes. You caused your problem.
Oh boy.
And especially the pins back here. Like,
oh geez.
The green back there does fall off into that bunker. I didn't make it like a big drop off like some of the other ones are, but
let's see.
You'll see. It's very much a double plateau.
Oh, this is harsh.
When you get the 2 back tees, I mean, if you get this hole into the wind, like you might hit a 3-wood into this green.
And it's set up perfectly for a 3-wood.
Exactly. Yeah, there's 2 pins in the back, there's 1 in the front right, and there's 1
Oh,
that sits right.
yeah,
If
of
we were
course.
playing pin 2, you'd be right up on pin 2 right now. It's right down here in the swale. And then you'll see little things like this pin like sits on 153, it sits like right up against the edge of a yellow slope.
Uh-oh.
So you turn it up to 187, then it becomes an orange slope,
Oh.
and that's going to run you down into the bunker. So they're all fine on 187, but you better you actually need to look past the holes
Yeah.
before you hit your putts on 187s.
So you don't just
That's some
knock. Oh,
Oh, that's something I hear they do,
yeah.
is they actually pay attention to where they're going with their putts.
Well, that's why they take 2 hours to play around.
Yeah. God bless them,
I,
each and every one.
I played Love Scud in the Jimmy Boreham's match play, and I just was like,
Oh, yeah.
holy smokes. But I get it. Like, that's part of how they're so good.
Have a beer between each shot.
I mean, kind of. The guy just was like, smack, and then I would sit there, and
You're
he broke one of my stream rules.
What? You took over 20 seconds?
No, he took a practice swing.
Oh, yeah, that's a hard no there.
But it's match play. It wasn't mine, so.
Yeah. So this hole I expanded out the tees. So 2 of these next 2 holes, it still retains the original revival setup where between 12 and 13, 2 of the tees it makes it a drivable 4, and the other 2 are not.
Okay.
But I expanded it greatly. So before the other 2 this was like a driver wedge, and now 2 of the tees play this hole at like 490 to 500.
Yeah, I thought this was just close to 500.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the black's the longest tee set. I don't know. I just
Oh.
moved them around until I felt like they looked right on the scorecard.
Oh, I thought the wind was gonna bring that over more. Oh, I'm gonna feel sadness here in a minute.
Bye bye.
Oh. Oh, the wind. Where was the wind?
There we go. We finally got one.
Hey, Troy.
We'd been playing too nice.
Yeah, my suspicion is that the second playthrough of this is going to go much worse than this has.
Hey, Troy, how are you? Yeah, fun will be had on the next one. And plus, I kind of set up intentional. I mean, I think especially towards the end of the round, because the next set of tees I use pin 4, and so I did put the last 4, not all 5, but I think like 3 of the last 5 holes are, I would say, the hardest pin location on each of those greens, just for the end of the tournament. You know, you're trying to shoot to a score, get to a number, and wanted to try to bring birdie and bogey into play on every one of them.
Okay.
So we'll see if it worked out.
Eh.
If we shoot a pair of 10 unders, then I clearly failed,
Hmm.
and I need another 10 hours in the PlayStation,
Oh, fun.
but which I won't give. So something else I did, if you'll notice here while I'm teeing off, is there's no tee markers in the course.
Yeah.
So if you could turn this is also if you could turn the lie grid on, you'd see the ground is like angling down, but I just lifted the ground above the tee markers to hide them all.
Okay.
Not that it does anything fancy, but just that's kind of the vibe of this property in general, is to be like you're playing match play with your buddy, and it's like, you won the hole, cool. Where do we play the next hole from?
Yeah. Oh, look at
And
this.
yeah, that one worked out well.
Yeah.
And then plus it helps hide the few times where tees are all kind of, you got 2 or 3 holes teeing off in the same area, and
Oh,
you don't just
okay.
see all these markers everywhere.
Oh, big bounce. No. No. I was gonna say big bounce off that island, but no.
Yeah. Ooh, I should have done that. I should have put a rock up under that grass. I mean, hey, there's a palm tree at Playa Pilar that has a couple rocks floating in it in case you try to cut a corner.
Oh.
You might get rejected.
Yeah, that's something I would do.
There's also a sinkhole on Playa Pilar, on one place where it's like, if you try to get crazy and drive this green at a really bad angle, I did put a tiny little sinkhole in the waist area. You can't see it. It's purely hidden under planting. But there's like a, I don't know, a 1 in 1,000 chance that somebody's ball would go in there and just go 100 feet down and then never be found. To my knowledge, nobody's ever found it.
Okay.
I mean, if they did, it was in a society that wasn't TGCT related, so I never heard about it. So this hole, I moved 2 of these tee boxes are well to the right of the 13 green now. So and again, like some of the first hole tees are right here too. So hiding them all just hides them, gives it a cleaner look. But it allowed me to stretch this hole out and do some different things and just present a different look, because otherwise it was kind of a jammed, like where 4 tees are all kind of right in the same area. And
Yeah.
it doesn't. It's like if you're gonna have manipulation, try to bring some actually bring variety in.
Hmm.
To me, it's like, well, the distances are all kind of the same. That's to me the point of the tee manipulation is to offer different angles, different ways to play a hole at where while maintaining overall length
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
the
that,
course.
that makes sense.
A lot of times I see people use it, and it's just if you're going to start out using it, obviously the easiest way to do it is do it with 2 tee sets.
Yeah,
Um,
okay.
yeah, Fred or Nick did a really good job with it on Rec Yard or Recreational Yard, where I think I don't know how many holes it comes into play on, but like if you rotate and play them back to back, like the course is the same distance, but you'll notice quite a few holes where it's a completely different strategy to play the hole.
Yeah,
And
team
so,
manipulation is something that some people don't really understand. That they just do it because they think it's cool, and
oh,
then it just doesn't. Then it becomes a pain trying to play it because you're not sure where you're supposed to play from, or what tee goes with what hole, or any of that kind
yeah.
of stuff.
And then it just becomes it's like doing it in the designer is easy to do, but I think it has to be to make it work well, it has to be well thought out.
Yeah.
Like you got to kind of think through each hole. I mean, I not only just thinking through the holes, but then I go looking at the scorecards and just look like, do I still within each tee set keep a balanced round? Not just, oh, did each tee set play to 7,200 yards? I'm not looking at that.
Hmm.
I'm looking at like, do I present, you know, a complete challenge from each tee set, or did it just become, well, this one has all the short threes, but all long fives, but
Okay.
this,
Yeah.
but like, you know,
Yeah. So it's you got it. You definitely have to put some thought into it if you're going to go that route.
yeah. At least I do, but like I said, I'm the tinkerer. So if you don't want to tinker, I'm sure somebody could explain how to do it in 10 words or less in 10 minutes or less. Um, just not the way my brain thinks through I just try to think through like, well, if I'm setting this course up for 4 days for a tournament,
Hmm.
like are there 4 interesting ways to play the hole? And hey, if there's only 2, well, yeah, I may only I may just have 4 tees, but kind of 2 sets of 2 for that hole.
Okay.
Don't force it just for the sake of trying to find 4, because I've done that and you can end up with a really dumb hole.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like on Playa Pilar, I was trying to do 4 again, and I only did 3 tee sets because I had too many holes where it was there weren't 4 compelling options.
I mean, I
So
would think that if in doubt, don't manipulate.
yeah,
And further to that, I wouldn't be manipulating probably until I had a good sense of how to use the designer.
yeah,
It's kind of a bonus thing later on that you can do. Oh, it's still me.
yeah. Well, I think if I remember correctly, like I didn't go into this. I originally was building this with 2 tee sets, and I feel like it was somewhere in late November, early December, so a few weeks before the contest window closed, that Q popped up on the forums and showing how to do team manipulation.
Right.
And so my little ADD brain said, "Ooh, shiny object," and started running with it.
Must do manipulated tees.
Yeah. So this hole's a fun one.
Holy crap.
So I completely rebuilt this screen, and then what I did for this hole is when you go from round 1 to round 4, the pin should be a more difficult pin every round. Like this is the only hole I did that on, where I intentionally wanted it to be like, oh, it's it's a flip wedge on the first time. It's a little harder the second. This one, obviously, as you see, by the third, it gets dead if you go left.
Yeah.
And then the fourth one, it moves up to like an 85-yard pitch in the front right. But if you hit it a yard short, you're going back down to the bunker. And if you hit it a yard long, well, you're going to have a 15-foot putt that can't go past the hole.
Wow.
So just, we're having fun here.
Yeah. But with a wedge, you should be able to keep it safe.
Yeah. I mean, the original version of this hole was also a very mean hole. When this course was on Kinetic, this hole played over par every day as a 100-yard par 3.
Wow.
I kept the same idea of just short par 3 that's evil. Um,
This was on Kinetic? Revival
Yep.
was on Kinetic? Huh. I wouldn't have thought Kinetic was the right place for it.
Well, I was on Kinetic, and so I lobbied for it.
I remember that. You lobbied everybody though.
Yeah, because I was like, depending how you set it up, and to Mammoth's credit, we played around on we played around on very high winds, and I believe the field average, like scoring wise, this was in the the depths of the red fast day.
Mm-hmm.
It was like I believe the average score was just a little over 1 under par that round,
Wow.
and so it was like the first round was 9 or 10 under par. The next round was 1 under. It was like job well done.
Oh, I didn't quite make it.
And so this is an ode to number 5 at Sweetens Cove.
Okay.
Which is, it's just what this hole is. It's a sideways green with a tiny little pot bunker. And then, you can always just lay up left of the green. And this is the furthest back tee, I believe, the one we played. But you
Yeah.
can always just lay out left of the green, flip it on the green and be fine. But that's not fun.
No, it's not. This ends up like getting close to 240 at one of the tees, doesn't it? Like it gets short as hell.
Yeah, it definitely gets. Yeah, there's definitely one where if you're downwind, you're gonna hit like a 5-wood or 3-iron at it.
Yeah.
But it's also the pin is like right up against one of those slopes. If you miss, you're gonna run 25 feet downhill.
Okay.
And then have a death pitch that's up to the green that's gonna run away from you once you land. There you go. Oh.
There I go.
Alright.
What? I missed. Oh, we're gonna be going down 18. No, we're not. Never mind.
Because I've burned a lot of edges in the back. And then 18 is still, I didn't change anything on 18 other than I expanded the teeing area to come backwards.
Is this still par 5?
Yep, still a par 5. I just stretched out the room for my tee boxes so that I could have it play between. I think we played like the back 2 tee sets. It's like you've got to. It puts more of a premium on holding this fairway.
Okay. I swear I played this on tour and I wasn't in Kinetic. Like Revival, I mean. Why am I thinking that?
Who knows?
Age, probably.
Yeah. And so from these tees, like here, if you just play up the middle of the fairway, like you're gonna have 3 bills in.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like the whole thing. It's like to get home, you've really got to challenge that right edge. But even at 300, like with a well hit driver, you can run it up on, and
Yeah, 310.
yeah.
Well,
It's like with the right wind, like you can still run one up in there at 285, 290, but it's also a really massive green that's not hard in of itself. It's just a lot of little yellow slopes throughout it that
I wonder if I'm thinking of Player Pilar. That might be the one I played on tour.
Yeah, that was on Elite and Plat both.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking of. And it had an 18th hole that was a par 5 and it had death left of the green, I think.
Yeah, or death right of it.
Death right?
It's like
okay.
Yeah, the green was really severely sloped and everything. Just wanted to run you all the way down, like 20 yards off the green down to the ocean. But that was the one that the 16th hole was like a super short par 4 that was was an FU green. There's no other way to put it. It's the meanest green I've ever made.
Yeah. Oh, a little partial pitch.
That didn't break at all.
No, it didn't.
I have burned a lot of edges, and you win the day. You win the first round.
At 11 under on a platinum course.
Under easy conditions.
Yeah, I was gonna say we might need to get the conditions a little bit tougher here.
We will. And we will.
All right, guys, we're gonna play a second round. Different tee set, different pin, different conditions, just to show how much different this course can play, based on how the tees are manipulated and how they fit with the different pins, but also the wind and the green speeds, how much they can affect it too. So we'll get that set up here.
All right, so set this one up. I'm gonna go grab my. Now I'm gonna go fill my water up. I didn't last
All
time.
right.
But let's do gold pin 4, at least high winds, and then just max out the conditions.
Okay.
And let's go have a day. I'll be right back. Oh, and make sure you turn order off.
Right. And I think we were going to go north. We went southwest. We're going to go northeast this time, I think. We'll just max it. Very firm, very fast. Turn order off. Okay. All right, that should be good. For those who are watching recording, I will have a timestamp as well for when the second round starts. So you can go and skip to that now. And it looks like I will have, I'll have to take a call in about 20 minutes. So there'll be a timestamp for when that happens. I know, Seb. This is meant to just be for YouTube anyway. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to stream it on YouTube and then it's there and I don't have to do anything. That's ultimately what it was. And it gives me a chance to play with YouTube. You're gonna play at dusk? Okay. So that's the thinking. How's it going, Seb? Because I don't know if you guys know, but there's thoughts that Twitch might end up struggling here soon. They're doing some really stupid stuff. And a lot of people who make a living out of streaming are going to YouTube because of the stuff that Twitch is doing. So.
Alrighty, I'm here.
All right. So I've got very high northeast, very firm, very fast. Dusk, overcast.
Yeah.
Gold
sure.
4.
You can flip the lighting around. I don't care. Do whatever.
I just have it's whatever it came up with.
Yeah. That's good by me.
And turn orders off. So this one will be a bit quicker.
Oh no, sorry, I hit the button. Wasn't trying
to cancel it?
Controller down. Yeah. Don't know why. I mean, I don't know why I do half the things I do.
Yeah, me neither. Thanks, Seb. But no, it's just easier to put it on here this way. So this way it'll just be there.
All right. You did high or very high?
Very high.
Nice. Now we're going to get some bounces.
Yeah, and very firm. So the ground is going to play a massive part, I would imagine, here.
Yes.
Whoa! Oh, I'm in the rough. That's disappointing.
And so one thing about this course that I had the first time too is
you're
playing. If at some point you okay?
I didn't see that bunker.
Oh. If at some point you're playing it and like you land in the middle of the green, your ball gets, rejected somewhere, that's almost always because there's a spot somewhere else off the green for you to run onto the green.
Okay.
And so there's a couple holes like that where it's like if you fly into the green, you're probably going to go running. But if you land off the green, there's a viable route for you to run onto the green.
Okay. Is that... No.
Just to make people think a little bit. Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, again, the idea of this was to make it for platinum, right? So it's going to be tricky. That looked like a birdie.
Slash ridiculous.
I mean, that looked like a birdie every step of the way.
Well, I'm glad to see you found the little cavern bunker I added in.
I literally just I didn't even look. I was like, okay, I lay it up short of that bunker. And then when it was in the air, I was like, oh crap, there's a bunker in the middle there.
There's one. Yeah, this hole before was a driver pitch for, and now we're playing this tee at like 495.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it's like that's the only way. Like, not the only. That's the most effective challenge, I think, for Platt is you've got to have him approach with at a lower trajectory with longer clubs.
Yeah, the more you've got the ball rolling, the less they can use the math to just stuff it in there.
Yeah.
And then also just having, I would imagine that having the holes play so differently round to round will screw them up too. Oh, geez, that's flying.
Or just cost them an extra 10 hours of practice time.
Yeah, that's fair too.
If they want to put an extra 10 hours into it, go ahead.
All right, just quick. Yep.
Take on fringe extension. Is it promote ground game visuals? It's a good question, Seb. So, yes and yes, as far as it's there to promote ground game, and also yes for difficulty to get things to run off and on the green, run on and off greens better, mainly off. It does, of course, by extension, make it chipping easier. So I tried in any of the holes where I'm using the fringe trick to really make sure that it didn't hold up like right off the green. There are 2 or 3 where it will. But those are also really tough greens to hit in general, so I'm okay, like when we get to 11, I'm okay letting a 530-yard par 4 with a really mean green, like, oh, geez, I'm coming back to the bunker.
Yeah, you are.
There we go. Fringe trick accomplished.
Oh, here he comes out of the bunker. This looks funny, the ball just going by itself. And there it is. Nice par. Hey, Daniel. How's it going, buddy? Welcome to YouTube land. For our streaming experiment.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the mechanics of the game. I mean, if it was up to me, the game would allow us to, putt from the fairway and hit a putter a decent distance. Oh, good gosh, I just missed a 4-foot putt.
I just missed the green with a lob wedge.
I had a 4-foot birdie putt and it didn't break at all, and I aimed it at the left edge and just went right over it. Ah.
I just bogeyed 120 some odd yard par 3.
We got him.
Good God. That takes talent to do that.
You got to work at that.
Mm-hmm.
There's some more crappy planting I should have taken out.
You're not just born with, the ability to do that.
Yeah, enjoy this green. Oh, get around it. Whee! Hey, Daniel.
I think it was this hole on the original revival that really made me like this course. I think got me started that way. The fact that you could go so many different routes to get to this, where you wanted to play from. I think that was something that was just sorely misunderstood by people.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm regretting my decision right now as I stare at my birdie putt. And I am 10 inches to the hole and 5 inches downhill. Oh, you have the same putt. You're just right in front of me. You're about 3 inches in front of me. Let's see. Oh, it does go right, even though the markers aren't going right. Ah. Well, now you at least know where it goes. Oh, you're coming too. Oh, yeah, I'll stay up there. Yeah, because I gave that.
I'll just knock mine in.
Bastard.
That's not very nice.
Yeah. I mean, I give you 5 feet below the hole to stop it.
Yeah.
So it's not like if you don't get it all the way to the hole, it's going to come back off. Oh, geesh, I read fast. Did it get right? Oh, good, I got in the sand. I don't know if I've ever played out of this bunker.
That's my line. What, putting it off the green and then chipping it in? That's about me in a nutshell.
Oh, almost hit the stick.
Oh, this hole down one wasn't a huge amount of fun for second shot.
Yeah. Hey, I made a 6-foot putt finally.
There you go. I notice our scores are quite a bit higher right now.
Yeah, we're not just cruising along with, at 5 under through 6.
No. Anybody just joining, the name of this course is actually Criminally Underrated Country Club. That's the genuine name of it.
Oh, gosh, Forrest.
Oh.
Well, it's all right. Now I can play the other fairway. And actually, no, I don't want to play the other fairway. I'll never be able to hold the green.
I don't want to hit a chip 118 yards. I know that. Hell with it.
I will say this pin location was Q's idea. I didn't have this. He suggested adding this little finger off the side of the green to toss a pin on.
Holy balls, look at this green.
Yeah, it looks a lot worse on 187.
Yeah,
It's a really bold green on when it's on the defaults in the low 150s.
Wind? Whoa.
Are you going to hold that?
Whoa. Thank you.
Did that stop?
It sure did.
Jeez, your mark is like on red.
Easy birdie.
Yeah, par for the good guys.
Yeah, this is Revival was the 2021 rookie contest entry for Forest, and this is the platified version of it with some other renovations. Okay, that might be the call I need. Yeah, okay. It is. All right, I'll be back in a few minutes, guys.
Yeah, for those who weren't here earlier, Wayne's got to catch a quick phone call, then he'll be back. Because he doesn't realize his computer mic is picking this all up. But yeah, I think with general we'll be doing fine, and we will. I'll just kind of keep playing and cover him and talk over as best we can, since he's talking to his doctor right now about some kind of follow-up call. So yep, that's what we will do within there accordingly. But this whole, well, actually, nobody can even see what I'm doing. You can see, oh yeah, he put the graphic up. So, at any rate, I would just suggest to, mute your speakers for a minute, then he'll be right back. Yeah, and I'll suggest to him to go through and rip the audio out. Let me note the timestamp, 12:53, until he comes back. We'll have him just pull it out or mute it or something. Or is everybody else? Yeah, I don't know if anybody else is hearing it, or maybe just I am because we're on a Discord call. That may be it. If nobody else is, that's good. Ah, that's good to know. Yeah, it was my headphones. I just started hearing everything he was his phone conversation. I didn't want everybody else hearing it. So, okay. Good to know. Perfect. Yeah, then all well. It will stay private. Okay.
Okay. Thanks for hanging in, guys. Doctor's appointment. We're doing them on the phone these days because, well, ever since COVID, it's just gotten easier to do it that way. So, for those, again, anybody who, if anybody's going to go watch later, I will put timestamps in so that you can skip that break. All right, where are we?
8th hole. I've hit my tee shot.
Okay.
And that's it. And
I'm struggling to, Forrest.
yes, can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you look at the screen? At my screen?
Yes.
Notice anything untoward here?
What did I need to see?
There's friggin' trees in my way. I'm in the fairway.
Oh, that. Okay. Yeah, sorry. It's like 20 seconds behind.
Oh yeah.
I was like, what are you talking about? You're on the tee box. Yes, there is. There's also a 70-yard wide fairway right of it. You didn't have to hit the left 5 yards.
Well, the wind put me there.
It sounds like a personal problem.
And then I just hit a Joe Carter special.
You going off the back?
Oh yeah, I hit 9-iron 190 yards.
Oh geez, I did too. That didn't stop the way I thought it would. How can you distinguish between extreme contours from plain old bad sculpting?
I think for me, part of it is the intention. Bad sculpting is, for me at least, bad sculpting is often not taking the time to really think your way through what your sloping is doing. And just, it's literally just lack of attention to detail. But for somebody sculpting, like designing, I'm curious from Force take for that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it just comes from you don't know what you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it actually would be, I guess, an easy way to kind of show you apples to apples would be, like I said, go open the first beta file of this course, type in like MHM, so, Mike Henry Mike. I think MHM1 or 1A or something like that. But go look at one of the early betas and then come look at this version now. And if you just kind of go around the property, you'll see different like levels of sculpting. Same golf course, same routing, but the sculpting got a lot better in throughout the fairways. The waist bunkers, there's intentionally lumpy areas, who knows? But it just kind of comes with time. I remember my first course before this, like there was stuff on it that I was so focused on like the playability of the hole, and it's like it played well, like it would play perfectly fine within TGC 19, but when I go look at it, it also has really harsh sculpting to it. So while it would play well, if you miss something just a little, like really harsh sculpting might, send a ball off in a really unnatural direction.
And in case anybody has never seen an impossible hole, we're playing one right now. I hit that with full spin, and it still was off the back.
Yeah, and so that little finger of a green, this is one where, I mean, I rebuilt this green. That finger was there before, but I rebuilt the green, and then there's one tee, which just for round 4, it's completely on the opposite side of the green.
Oh, really? Okay.
Up in the dunes, where everybody else, otherwise, the first 3 rounds tee off on the other side at different angles, and then you flip around on the last one.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you play that hole. I'd have to try that again.
You play
with these conditions, at least. Yeah, you play out to the right, eh?
Yeah, you just play 25 feet to the right, lag your putt up there, take your 3, and move on.
And now we get driver, par 4 here. Beautiful.
Or did yours go further right?
I guess.
Yeah, because it kind of gets torn here. Like the more direct line you take at the flag off this tee, the more those slopes are going to work against you on your approach shot.
Okay.
So, or if you play more to the right in the fairway, you're going to have a longer approach, but you can use those slopes to slow down a 3-wood or driver coming into it. Obviously, we're into the wind, so it's pretty harsh. But
yeah, I just stuck a 3-wood up in front because I was afraid of going over it with driver. Oh, that wasn't distracting at all. I'm just taking the putter back and your ball bounces through.
Just bounces right in.
Oh, man. I wish I could remember the first round so I could remember the differences of the courses. I hope those of you guys watching are able to. Sometimes
Well,
when
there went
I'm
the intent of this idea. No.
sometimes when I'm streaming, it's just so I'm so focused on what I'm doing that way that I kind of forget what's going on. Oh God, this is a nightmare.
I have a case of the fasts going right now. That's fun. This is the weather you want to have that going in.
Yeah. Oh, you better fly that.
Oh, that sucks. Bye-bye.
Let's see this shot, chat.
I landed on the green. I just didn't finish on it. I now have 25 yards back up the hill.
Look at this pin. Downwind.
Oh, almost knocked it in.
Oh, this needs... Oh, I might... Come on. Oh, get up there. Okay. Pin high.
Did you get up? Oh.
Yeah. Blue pills worked.
Yep. Oh, there you are.
I thought this was a difficult hole.
Yeah, evidently not. I'm still the... Geez, I'm going to refresh YouTube. It's like, you haven't even hit your approach shot yet.
Yeah, I'm looking at... On mine, too. On my preview of it, and...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you stopped right there on the edge. That's where...
Yeah,
this is one, like I said, I made this fringe softer. So, yeah, last time we played this hole, we were back there behind the 11th green at like 510. Of course, now with this wind directional, you can't drive this green anyways. But
yeah.
if you flip this thing around, like, you've got to land a driver pretty much in that front fringe or the first yard of the green to stop it on the back.
So I'm hoping that people watching the sound and the videos synced up and it's just you and I that are noticing the delay because... Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, Twitch usually has a little bit of a delay too.
Yep. Anything that's streamed is going to have a delay.
Yeah. We got to have that dump button ready to go.
Oh, that wind just ate that up and I pitched it as well. Rather than sending one up into to the moon. Yeah, this is all you want. These conditions.
Turn.
So for those joining late, we shot something like 11 and 9 under the first playthrough with benign conditions.
Yeah, 11 and 10, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're struggling to break par now. And we've different tee set, different pin, but wind way up, and then firm and fast, like very firm and very fast. It's made a huge difference here. So what that tells me is that this course could be played on different tours if you made the conditions calmer.
Yeah, and you could take the greens down to 144 very easily.
Now there is the odd pin that might be a bit harsh, but like that's yellow there, bordering on orange.
This pin is a little bad. On 187, I'm like, I don't even know what the problem is with it's the wind.
Yeah.
Plus this pin, like you can't stop at that pin. But you know what? Sometimes you got to play right. Did you just stop it?
No.
Okay.
I pitched a 7-iron into it. Look at that pin.
But it stopped right. It didn't go long though. It stayed. It stopped.
Stayed on the fringe, yeah.
Oh, and there goes mine. Down to the heavy rough.
Oh, see ya.
That's the difference in inches there.
Yeah. And again, for people watching, this is designed to be a Platinum Tour course, so it is supposed to be very difficult. Or it's supposed to at least have the ability to be very difficult.
And now I'm just totally boned on this pitch shot. Because... Yeah, why did I do this to myself?
No, thanks, Brian. I think what it is just that because we can see what we're doing in real time, and then we look at the stream, and it's just really delayed. So, I was, yeah. So you'll hear us go, oh wow, this is really delayed, and then we're talking about something that happened 20 seconds ago. Because Forrest is looking at the stream because he can't see my my screen unless he looks at the stream. Yeah, what do you want, Maya?
There we go.
You done yet?
Finally. 100 yards out. Make a double.
Oh boy.
It looks like me in real life.
Yeah.
My favorite thing to do in in golf.
This is gonna be downwind, but still not easy. That bunker's screaming at me.
Yeah. Oh no, I slowed it. It's gonna get in the bunker. Stop. Ooh. Now I have 230 dead downwind.
Slow down. No.
So this course on green speed. So this course was originally designed, originally published at 170 something, 170, 172, something like that. And then this time around, I wanted to make sure I had 4 different green speeds that could be used. And so by doing that, I started off doing stuff on 187s, but then went back down to the low 150s and worked from there.
Forrest?
You running away?
Oh yeah.
Oh, there you go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, ball. That one was kind that it stopped there and didn't go all the way down to the bunker.
Well, it
I clearly let myself down.
was just trickling.
Yeah. Those are my favorites. Now watch this. I'm about to trickle off my green again. There we go. Bye-bye. All the way off the front.
Oh yeah, that's what. Yeah, there you go.
I'm just playing bad golf.
I thought I remembered you saying when you designed Revival, you designed it at 187 and then backed it off a bit.
Correct.
Okay.
And so here when I was touching it up, I was doing the touch-ups on 187, but then I went down to the 150s and then toughened them up some more on my pin sets just to make sure that they could still be interesting in the 150s. And if you put it on firm with good wind in the 150s, it's still not it's not the birdie fest we got to do the first time around.
No.
So yeah, here on in is where I was saying, because we're on pin set 4, so I tucked the pin on. 14's a tricky pin. 15's relatively easy here. I guess 16 gets a little mean, 17's kind of mean, and then 18's nice.
Oh, I didn't have enough club. I was gonna try and run it around that sloping. Oh, this hurts.
Yay, I made a par. I don't think I've shot 5 over on this before. Well, actually, I have. I'm doing it right now.
Easy. Slow
it is a clear
down.
present danger.
Oh, you bastard. Well, little bogey after the birdie.
You're coming back to me.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
It's 187 by itself is probably fine, Dimple. When you add the wind to it, that's I think Forrest might have already said this, but that's what's really making this tough.
Yeah, and we maxed out the firmness.
We're at a way different angle here.
Yeah, so that's what I was like. Yeah, this tee is, the other 3 tees play between 120 and 140. This one comes up to 85 yards.
Yeah, but 90 degrees. Different angle. Huh. Cool.
And the thing you always just want to do is bail long. And then...
And this putt's no fun.
No.
Well, it's actually fine.
Yeah, that was easy. Didn't stay up long enough.
But yeah, that short looks like absolute death. What's it like playing from short? Is it doable or is it as dead as it looks?
I mean, you can get it up there. It's gonna be tough to get it right by the hole
Yeah, okay.
because you gotta just carry it all the way up there and then stop it. And then here's the beauty that you can wing this thing around. Like if you land it
Oh,
just on the if you land it just on the green, you kind of see a little orange circle in the
yeah.
front right. In that front right corner, if you land right around that orange circle, it will slingshot all the way around and settle by the hole. If you miss that orange circle by anything at all, you're probably gonna go bye-bye some
Uh-oh.
direction. Oh, you're heading down to Funtown,
I'm right where I was first round.
except now the pin's not on your side.
No, I'm dead.
Oh, I hit it way too long. That's fine.
I mean, I'm so dead.
Whee! Yeah. Now you're playing for 4.
Yeah, I was playing away from the hole because of the sideways line mouth there.
Yeah. Oh, that's a pretty good recovery there.
Is it though?
Oh, there it goes. Never mind. I'll shut up.
Good God. Okay.
Oh, geez. Forrest, you moron. I just spun it right back to your ball.
Oh, I
This is
almost jarred that.
Oh, I was like, yeah, you did. Like, this is not the one to put max backspin on. Let this one release up the hill, buddy. Get in there.
That doesn't break.
There's a birdie.
I'll be trying that again.
I birdied 1 and I birdied 17.
I'll be with you in a minute.
Did you knock it in?
No. I went,
Oh, no.
and now here I go again.
Whee!
Oh, that didn't work.
Why is it not even showing me your tracer? You don't even got it close to the flag?
No, that one had no hope.
Oh.
Didn't hit that.
And
I don't want to go past the hole because I've already done that.
I mean, I chipped this one in the first time. I don't see the problem here.
Yeah, that's what I did last another hole.
I pitched it. Oh, you're trying to play the low chip into it.
Well, I tried that once.
Yeah.
Then I pitched it to about here.
I guess the really safe play is just to use the splash and just play long and stop it.
But that's what I did, and then I putted it back off the green. And
Am I in the lead now?
made a quick 9.
I am.
Yeah, I made a quick 9 there, so.
Well, I made a 3.
6
shot swing.
270 yard par 4. I made a 9, and there's no water. We're out of bounds. You're gonna have people raging at that pin.
Good. That's up there. My favorite one on Playa Pilar on the little 260 yard par 4, and the 16th hole, the back right pin. I think it was pin 2, and I'm gonna pull the number up. When it was on Elite, it produced double bogeys or worse one round.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like 10 or 15% of the field just got ejected. And that's the kind of stuff that makes me happy because I'm a sick human being. Let's see, what did it do on Platts this season? Hole by hole. It had 10 double bogeys on Platt this season.
Wow. That's
in one round.
I finished up 294.
Don't do that as often as you'd like.
No.
All right, let's see if I can get a 4.
Birdie Quinn birdie.
Get in. Oh.
There it is. I think you got me by 1 then.
I did. This is a good day.
I had a bit of a blow up on 17.
A bit of a blow up. That's what we want to call that.
Yes. Somebody. Oh, we're not on Twitch. Otherwise, someone would clip that. I think you can clip on YouTube though. Anyways,
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll find a way to get that somewhere.
Yeah, the one on Playa Pilar, when it was on Elite, it had 23 double bogeys in one round.
Yeah.
Out of how many people in the field? 132. So one out of every 6 guys in the field doubled it.
Jeez. The 17th hole produced a 6-shot swing.
Yeah, it's nothing like the 9-3. That's the content we come for. It just took us a while to get there.
I figured you were saying that you wanted it, birdie or bogey was a possibility. I'm not sure you factored 9 into the equation.
No, but once we bring bogey into play, and yeah, you see, like on 13, we had a 3-shot. How many multiple? Let's see. So 3 we did it. Just 3 and 9. I did a 3-shot swing with you on 3.
Yeah.
On 13. But
that was fun.
remember when we both started off under par?
Yeah. Yeah, the first half of the stream is us tearing the plates apart. The second half is us getting our heads kicked in.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So, golf is fun.
So, what is your favorite part of this course?
My favorite part of the course.
Or just favorite part about the design?
Yeah. I mean, the approach shots. And, I mean, the low-hanging answer is to say that I think I did a really good job with manipulation because I get to play different angles.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, the approach shots, because they make me better than any other course I've built, in my opinion. I have to be mindful of where I go off the tee, which I think is helpful in the days of pro swing now.
Yeah.
Not just blast your driver as far as you can. So yeah, I think that's what I enjoy the most is
cool.
Having to think.
Okay. And is there anything you would change if you could, other than having it be able to be done on the PC, not PS4?
Darn it, that was my answer.
Yeah, I anticipated that.
I have asked many of those who have the connections to say, "Can you get me the file? Please, can you get me the file?" Things I would change. If it wasn't on PS4, I would have done a lot more with the environment.
Okay.
Just little aesthetic stuff, cleaning up the way some things roll out. Yeah, I think that's what I would change.
Awesome.
Not saying it's a perfect golf course, but for me, it's perfectly interesting.
So it sounds like you had a vision and you have created that vision more or less.
Yeah, it's one that I'm happy with, and I'll be bummed to see die with the next game because I will not buy the game on PlayStation just to be able to
port it over. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for the designers out there, I think that's just an important point. For me, a course is like a design has been successful when the designer has had a vision and they've created what that vision was. And at that point, it's really irrelevant what other people think of it. Because ultimately you're designing for yourself. And so if you've designed and you could look at it and go, you know what, that's how I wanted it, that's how I would do it again, then you've done what you wanted to. Forrest, I appreciate you being here, buddy.
Thanks, man. It's a pleasure as always.
A couple months in the making getting this done, but we were able to get it there with our schedules and everything. For those sorry.
I said, look at us go.
Yeah. For those watching, episode 10 is scheduled to be Victor Lane on his Victory Crossing course that he created. Same with Forrest. Some schedules to work through. Give me in the comments below. Let me know if you like this as a live stream or if you prefer it as just recorded, or if you prefer it being streamed on Twitch and then ported over. Just kind of give me some feedback on what you think of that. This was the first time I've streamed on YouTube. Just trying it, just seeing what it is. Future golf streams will mostly be on Twitch, but every now and then something like this I might stick on YouTube. If you haven't hit like and subscribe already, please consider doing so. It helps get the word out to people, the video out, so people can see these kinds of courses that are being made by these great designers, and it does help the channel too. So I appreciate that support. Forrest, thank you again. We're gonna call it here. I will see you guys.